exist. This coin really shouldn't exist when you think about it. The closest one is a 61 or 2, and Doug has sold both of those. So we're talking about, again, a freak of nature. How did this happen? And these are the kind of coins that I want to...
Can you tell us about the coin, Mark, as far as how it came up or where you found it?
I bought it from John. It was bought by, originally, and it was Warren Trepp. I don't know if you're familiar with Warren Trepp. Warren Trepp, at one time, he owned the King of Siam set, a 13 nickel, 48010, that's spectacular. Trepp was the right-hand man to Michael Milken. He lived in Lake Tahoe area and Incline. He was a forerunner of these high-profile, great rarities, and he saw where things were going to go. Also, you have to add that, you know, Dwight Manley was supplying him with coins, and he really has a brilliant mind when it comes to seeing the future. I think you know, we can talk about that. You know, the fact that these high-profile, great rarities are starting to lead the way in other collectibles as well. Other coin areas like ancients. By the way, an ancient this week's traded for $3.4 million. Eric Striner bought it, matter of fact, which is crazy, right? He's a coin dealer in New York. He's now deals in Tiffany. So John offered me this coin. We have a very similar eye, obviously. He started NGC. I came on board a couple months later. So we have seen it all, pretty much. And when a coin gets me excited, I really, you know, I can't stop thinking about it. Just like Whack Job over here. So we're all crazy about it. We all have that gene, and we can't stop. There's a couple other items in there that are unbelievably rare and fantastic. The 48 cal is, you know, the finest known. I thought you'd love the Pam Pack, because the Pam Pack, for me, represents a coin that shouldn't exist because of how large it is and the problems with the planchets that they have. They tend to get things across the face. The owl has some problems. This has such a beautiful smoothness and roundness to it all, and great originality. I think there's 3 7s total. The other coin is again a coin that really came to me just out of the blue. I was at a coin show, I think in Long Beach, and Spectrum submitted this coin, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It's a Humbert 50 octagon, and it's spectacular. I graded MS65 star, meaning I think it has exceptional eye appeal. It has incredible luster. So when I looked into what the story was, I found out that it was brought in to Kagan, and it was covered in mud from somebody who had found it in a garbage dump with a metal detector. And Kagan floated off the dirt. NCS wasn't available then, or else he probably would have used NCS. So he floated. That was a joke. So he floated off the dirt.
Which part was a joke?
and it left this great rainbow tone on the obverse, and the luster is so superior to anyone I've ever seen. Anyway, it went in auction. I was quoted in the auction catalog as one of the best 10 coins I've seen that year. I laid off because a retail customer said that they were interested. I wound up trading for it, and it's one of my favorite coins. And I seem to gravitate towards these Western territorial items. Anyway, if you get a chance to see these, they kind of speak for themselves. So after I left NIOF, I left Florida because I was getting sort of integrated into the process of selling coins to these characters in a way that I didn't like. So I have to tell the story because the statute of limitations are over. I was asked to go into a room with one of these characters, with Marty, and Marty said, I want you to meet Hum. I said, how are you? And he said, what kind of coins do you like here? So I said, I like this, 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 and this. So Carlos, for lack of a better term, says, okay, I want Mark in the room every time we do this. So what would happen is the guy would make a phone call, bags would appear, the coins would disappear, Marty would disappear with the bags. I didn't have anything to do with it. But the next time he came in, Carlos insisted that I was in the room. Again, he says, what do you like? I said, I like this, this, and this. Marty, he says, well, Marty likes this one. I said, I don't like it. He says, okay, I'll take this, and this, and this, and this. He opens up his briefcase. On top of the stacks of 50s and 100s is a gun. So I went home to my beautiful apartment overlooking the water, and I called Marty, and I said, hey, I want to meet you at a mall.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand next to you on the street, but I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I quit. And then I guess that's the next stage of this spectacular career that I've had. I went to Newport Beach and got involved with Hannes Toving and Greg Roberts. And the deal that they offered me, it was spectacular. Now, everything in life is timing, and there's people that affect your life. And so far, this bright light was shining on me. I don't know what was going on, but it was great. Go to the deal that they offered me. Now, Hannes Toving was a retailer who would sell silver dollars, walkers, and he had this program that, he was just supplying these coins to his retail customers, and they were going up every month, and people were happy until they stopped going up. I didn't understand that whole thing at that time, but he had a jet. They offered me an office, rent-free. I could travel on the jet to all the coin shows. So we would start on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday morning, and we'd go to the East Coast, and we hit like 10 freaking coin shows all the way back.
What year is this?
86. And my only task was to teach Greg Roberts everything other than walkers and dollars, which was a no-brainer. And I had to sell him any walker or dollar I bought for 10% more. And at the time, I started hearing rumors about this encapsulation service starting in Newport Beach. And I heard about David Hall. I had never met him. But I thought the concept was brilliant, especially since I knew how to grade.
David, Mark said you were brilliant, remember that?
No, the concept was brilliant. The assumption that David came up with the concept.
You're not helping, Joe.
Anyway, David also would find coins that he liked, and I did know David. He was great because if he liked the coin that you offered him, he would just put a little sticker on there and write in what he paid. Now I could have bought it in Iowa for $500, and if his buy price was $2,500, he just wrote $2,500, never chiseled. This was his buy, and it was fantastic. He'd buy great items. He'd buy great coins, and his standards were terrific. So I knew what he was all about, and I didn't really quite understand the concept of the encapsulation until I saw the holder, and then I embraced it. And the reason I embraced it is because I knew how to grade. I knew how to arbitrage between, buying a coin as a 64 price, and at the time there was tremendous spreads, even on silver, on Saints. There was $800 between a 3 and a 4. It was just amazing. So what I would do is on a Tuesday or Wednesday is hop on the